Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, June the 14th, 2024. Friday, June the 14th. Well, we had Gio. He auditioned for Ava. Trina set it up, because they're going to have that big artist uh, opening reveal at the gallery. So they're going to have him playing the ambiance music. And of course, Ava hired him. He happened to mention, because she talked about what Trina said, he got a scholarship, PCU, gave him a free ride. And he was saying, well, even if they hadn't, his Uncle Sonny has been paying for his college and would probably have continued to pay for it. And she goes, Uncle Sonny. And he goes, well, we're not blood related, but, since he's a Cirillo, um, that's where that blood comes in at because they treat him like family. And look, that's all he had to say because Ava, in her mind, you hired because that would give some points with Sonny. But when she heard him play, and Trina was very moved by it too, because like I said, Gio's an artist. And so his music like brought out the artistic energy in her. And Ava she really liked it. Even though she'd already made up her mind she was going to hire him, but he did a great job because he's a great artist, right? In real life. So that was good. Jocelyn shows up. Ava's talking to Gio in the back about money. And she's like, come on, Trina, we've got 3 apartments. We got to rush. We got to see. Apartments are going fast. And as they're standing there, 2 of them chime, they're already gone. She goes, oh, 2 of them are gone. And then Gio comes out and he says, well, look, what about the apartment I told you about? And they're like, wait, what apartment? What is he talking about? Right. And he talks about the apartment over the Quartermain garage. And he actually shows it to them. He takes them there. And Jocelyn's like, I've been here thousands of times and I parked right in front of this garage and I never saw this. Right. So she and Trina are talking. Gio has to take a phone call. So he goes out. Trina's hesitant because, she still hadn't gone back to the dorm. She's still actually living at her mom's house, since the Spencer situation. So Jocelyn says, Trina, look, if you're not ready, because this is a group decision, we don't, she goes, no, it's moving fast and I just need a moment, a beat, right? So when Gio comes back in, he goes, so what's the verdict? And Trina looks and she goes, okay, it's perfect. Okay, we'll take it. I'm in. And Johnson's like, yeah. And Gio's like, well, I don't even know if the Quartermains want to rent this place. She says, but since Michael is your brother and he's a Quartermain, and Monica will do anything for Michael, I'm sure they'll probably say, okay, it's okay. So Jocelyn says, I'll go talk to Michael right now. She's like, and it's a shoe in. So, of course, this is going to make for some summer activities, conversations. Dex will be over and Gio will be over talking to Trina. I can't wait to see how they're going to kind of set up the living room because, of course, it's a 2-bedroom apartment up over a garage. Well, guess what? That garage could be a what? 6, 7 car garage. It could be a huge garage. That's a huge estate. So that was, predictable. And then we have Liz talking to Chase, and they finally got caught up with what happened. What she tried to call him, but he said he was going into Finn's apartment, and they rehashed what had happened. And they both discussed Violet is their main priority. And Liz says, I can go back over there and I could try to get through to Finn one last time, but he is stubborn. And she's like, I went through this with him before with my sister, but she'll take one for the team, right? So Chase goes to Alexis to talk to Alexis, and Elizabeth goes to Finn's, but he's letting Alexis know about Finn's true drinking, because Finn left her with, he had that slip at Chase's wedding. And Chase didn't even know about that. And she says, yeah, it was an accident. He accidentally grabbed the wrong glass, and that was his first drink. And he goes, I thought it was because my dad died. She says, no. And so then he was filling her up to snuff with the rest of it. And she's like, oh. And he says, and with his sponsor gone, I mean, we don't even know. He says he's going to meetings. Have you seen him at meetings? And she goes, well, the second A in alcohol is anonymous. Alcohol's anonymous, right? She says, I can't tell you who's at meetings. And he's like, okay, you can't tell me who's at meetings, but have you seen me at a meeting? And she looked at him. She goes, no, I have not. Have you seen my wife at a meeting? No, I have not. Have you seen my brother at a meeting since our father died? And Alexis just sits there. He goes, I'll take that as a no. And she says, Chase, this is going to be something Finn is going to have to work through. Trust me, I've been there. And he says, my concern is Violet. And Alexis was like, oh, yeah, man, that poor little girl, she's been through a lot. So Alexis says, okay, since his sponsor left town and Finn doesn't have another sponsor, I will step in as his friend. She goes, I'm going to have a better chance of getting through to Finn because I've been where Finn is. I know I can talk. He knows I understand where he is. She's like, he's seen me through where he is, what, a year and a half ago? So she's going to go ahead and she's going to talk to Finn. So Liz goes, oh, Violet, this was so interesting. It's getting ready to come to a head. At the beginning of the show, she's like, Daddy? And he snaps out of this. I thought he was dreaming, right? Off the couch, and he looks up and she's standing there. And I'm thinking, okay, he's dreaming, but guess what? He wasn't. She goes, Daddy, you said we were going to the pool and you have been asleep for a long time. And he's like, oh, well, he can't shake it off, shake it out, So, he was probably sneaking some drinks in while he was with her, and she's talking. She goes, but honey, sweetheart, Daddy, she goes, you promised, you said soon as the food digested, you were going to go, we could go to the pool. So he ended up thinking, okay, you could go get dressed. We'll go to the pool. So Elizabeth comes knocking on the door. She tries to plead her case again. Finn sends Violet to the mailbox out in the lobby. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's a security building, but you don't know your neighbors. Watch that little girl. They could be watching her walk by and snatch her in an apartment. You wouldn't know, right? So I was thinking, wow, I wouldn't do that because Violet was gone a good long time. And needless to say, he shot Elizabeth down like there was no tomorrow. She was history. No, you're not going to take her. She goes, let me take her to the pool. And then after pool, I could take her to, I could bring her to my house. We could have dinner. Jake and Aiden miss her. She's family. And he's like, nope, no way, not at all. Right. So he pretty much, when Violet comes, says, Auntie Elizabeth is leaving, so she gives her a good hug and, says, I'll see you later, sweetheart, and blah, blah, blah. And Finn just kind of shuts the door slowly. And Elizabeth's standing there. Finn is kind of standing there too, but whatever, Finn. Okay. So we have the congressman comes by to see Drew, and he gets Drew's answer. And of course, Drew's answer is yes. Nina comes in, and he thought she knew, but she didn't. And he tells her Drew's going to run for Congress and blah, blah, blah. She goes, well, that's good. I mean, overlook the legal issues, but, that's for another time. And Drew just kind of looked at her because thank goodness the congressman already knew. He said, yeah, I already know about that. And no, that will not be a problem. And she goes, yeah, no, he's perfect for the job. I think he's going to be great. And yada, yada, yada. So he leaves because he tells Drew, we got to get our campaigns together. We need to coordinate because I need to coordinate me announcing my retirement and you announcing your candidacy, you know. So that's going to be in the works. And Nina, when they leave, he goes, what was that about? Bringing up past criminal histories. And he goes, considering you're the one that I have a past criminal histories because of you. She goes, well, we won't talk about that. That wasn't nothing. And she goes, besides, I endorsed you. And he looked at her. She goes, and you know what? You're not picking up your phone. I have needed to talk to you. And he's like, well, what is it, Nina? It's Willow's birthday. See? Her issue is the only issue, period. And I want to know, should I get her a birthday gift? I don't want to overstep. You arranged for her to do that interview and we made some great headway with that. And I just want your opinion. Should I give her a gift? And Drew just looked at her. And he goes, Michael is giving Willow, throwing her a big party tonight. And she goes, oh, really? Well, that should be fun. That should be nice. And he goes, and you know what? He says, I might have something. I might be able to get something done. And she's looking at him. So look, Drew's going to arrange it somehow that Willow's going to come in and Nina's going to be there and Willow's going to invite her. Because Drew is not going to do a +1, but he'll arrange it so that Willow herself invites Nina. I already know that that's going to happen. Okay. And the next big thing, and actually the last big thing, is Christina comes to talk to her mother. And she says, Molly and TJ, they might be breaking up. I mean, she's already taken it to, we're talking one argument, big disagreement that Molly went and talked to Christina about. And Christina is taking it as to they're breaking up. When in reality, there's no reason on this planet, like I said yesterday, Molly should have talked to her sister. I read in comment corners that why didn't she even go to Sam? But we're going to go to the one that's in the middle of all the problems. I'm going to go crying to her. So Alexis says, one argument, couples have disagreements all the time, Christina. That does not mean, yeah, but look, I got to think ahead. What if they aren't together when I have this baby? What are my options? Because I have to look out for this baby. And Alexis goes, wait. I know where you're going with this. And I will not be put in the middle and have to try to choose between one daughter over another. I will not. And Christina says, I'm not trying to make you yes, she is. I'm not trying to make you choose. I'm talking to you about what are my options. And Alexis looked at her. She goes, because you are my mother. She goes, I will not advise you on this because you and Molly would not take my advice when you guys first decided to do this. Because Christina's like, look, she and TJ are just domestic partners. They're not even married. So me and TJ are the only ones with any real claims to the baby. And TJ could leave us in the cold if he and Molly split up. If I give up my maternal rights, he and Molly, well, no, really, if she gives up her maternal rights and Molly adopts that baby, Molly will be the baby's mother. That's for sure. But adoptions take time. So anyway, she goes, so I have to think ahead. And so Alexis says, you know what? She goes to her computer. She types up some links to some information on the subject matter. She says, here are some links on the subject matter. You do your own research. And if you have questions, you get your own counsel that you can ask these questions of. Do not come back and try to put me in the middle. So Christina's like, okay, like, good. You gave me some information. Okay, that's what I want. And she goes, and I just want to remind you of something, Christina. You made some promises to Molly and TJ where this baby is concerned. You need to think about honoring those promises. Before you do anything, remember what you promised. And she looked, well, I'm just trying to look ahead. And she walks out and Alexis sits back. Now, see, when Christina makes the first move, because TJ's going to come, really, so I should say second move, because TJ's going to make the first move. And he's going to threaten and antagonize Christina. And then Christina's going to spout something off. And then Molly's going to come crying to Alexis. And we all know how Alexis feels about Molly. Oh, Mom's my perfect daughter. Oh, Mom. Yeah, I want to make sure she says the exact same thing. I cannot get in the middle between you and your sister. I can't do it. I hate that this is happening, but I try to appeal to your legal brain, Molly, with having it officially written up in clad stone before this even happened, before the arrangement, Christine even got pregnant, and you all wanted to do a verbal. I will not choose between you two. I love you both. Let's see how that conversation is going to go, because that conversation is going to come up 100%, and it's coming up fast because the baby is due in 6 weeks. 6 weeks, that baby is due. So, and look, the way soap operas come, it might be here in 3. They always have women go into labor in the elevator, in the park. Who has their baby in the hospital? As a matter of fact, here's a little quick trivia question. In General Hospital, what was the last, I know who it is, but what was the last baby born in the hospital? That's one question. The second question is, before that baby, because see, that mother did not go into labor and be taken to the hospital. So that's all I'm going to say about that first question. What was the baby before that baby that was actually born at General Hospital? Most babies are not born. For some reason, these women, they have their babies on the side of the road, no anesthesia, no proper medical care, umbilical cord bitten off. I mean, that's okay. I don't think Maxie had one of her kids at the hospital. But anyway, that's it, everybody. That's it for Friday for General Hospital. I will be back Monday for another daily recap of General Hospital. And before I go, hey, if you're going to shop it on Amazon, in the description box of this video, my Amazon link is there. My shop link is there. Please go ahead and check out the line that I have great stuff, and then go ahead and go shopping for what you want to get. So have a great weekend, everybody.